It's more about the blend, the mix of both worlds. Something like a very nice cocktail that just embodies our strengths. Hey guys, I'm Bnxn.
And I'm Ruger, and you're watching Billboard News.
Hey, it's Tetris with Billboard News, and I'm sitting with two guys I don't think anybody would have thought we'd see you guys sitting next to each other. Bnxn and Ruger, what's up, man?
Lit.
Good.
I just took a shot of whiskey, no be big deal. Baby, make I know before I start to drop my money on you.
Everybody obviously knows you guys went through a little bit of beef that you had going on. So what do you guys think was the root of that? Why did fans kind of create that moment?
You want to talk first?
I don't know. In Nigeria, the excessive stanship is real. If you like an artist or you feel an artist is your fave, you almost go to every extent to prove it in some sense. So even if it means fighting somebody else that says, you know, otherwise. That was kind of like the primary reason, because I think someone came at him and then he responded to the person. The response had, you know, had me all in it, and I'm like,
how did I get in this?
Yeah, you know, it's that 50 Cent meme where it's like, me? Who, me? Like, you know, that was basically it. And that little ego clash, you know, had a lot to play in that. So it's like, there was a back and forth of, you know, tweets and just jabs and everybody just trying to prove a point.
I mean, listen, I know what you said about stans. They will get people in a lot of trouble. And so you guys exchanged obviously some tweets back and forth. Do you think the whole thing was blown out of proportion at the end of the day?
To a very large extent, because it's like
Some things that were said weren't necessary.
Yeah, if we probably didn't key into the, if he didn't probably key into the clout of the, you know, the fan, I probably wouldn't have had to be responding to him. You know, it's a lot of things that we just felt like, yeah, it wasn't necessary. If this didn't happen, that wouldn't have happened. So yeah, it was kind of blown out of proportion.
And do you feel like it's a part to do with your sound, like basically comparing you guys, thinking you're in like a similar zone?
Not really about being similar. It's about like actually being in a generation whereby we like kind of blew up properly at the same time. You understand? We were going to the same shows at that time. You understand? Our fans were there. So if one is coming out, another one is coming out, the fans will be like, hey, or they boo the other person, you understand, all that kind of thing. So that part played, and you know, the fans will always get to you, no matter who you are at some point. Everything that was said, most things that were said were very unnecessary. We're just being emotional, honestly, because the music is everything that we have. So we have to fight for it, you understand? Without that fight now, I don't think we even come in now and even do this thing properly, you understand? I think everything has
a reason.
There's a reason behind everything, and that's why we're here right now. That's why this is a big project right now.
Get only fans, make I check. I'm my favorite parts, not wet.
We're happy you guys are here. I mean, after all the Twitter fingers had happened, who was the first to reach out to the other? How did you guys decide to work together?
Because you know what's crazy? It's like, I remember just sitting in the plane when I was going to London. We were Amsterdam.
Yeah, we met
like someone just
what?
I was on the plane, I was already sitting, so he's like what's even happening? I was just waiting on my flight to take off. And someone just tapped me, he's like, this guy. And I mean, I'm expecting anybody in this world to be tapping me. But then I look over my shoulder and I see Ruger and I'm like, so it's like, that moment is like, is it flight or fight? You know?
You're one of those people getting dragged off the plane.
I feel like yeah, we Nigerians, yeah, we could fight online, but like we don't really. When we meet in person, I feel like because the reason why most of us fight online because we don't get to meet each other. You know, but when we meet each other, we see the kind of persons we are. We see that we're just about the music. It's not really about bad blood like that. It's just music that's making all this happen. And we're just real people at the end of the day. We're still friends at the end of the day. When I met him, I saw him, I was just boarding. And I saw him and I tapped him at the back of the head and I said, yo. What's up?
Just that simple. You're
shout
talking about a surprise. I mean, you guys dropped the song, but then a whole album you guys surprised your fans with. So how do we get from, hey, this is gonna be a collab, we're just gonna do a track together, to making a whole project?
Because that's how big artists are supposed to do. You understand? And because when two artists like us come together, it's sending a message to everyone, you understand, around the industry, whether Nigeria, America, London, wherever, that working together actually pushes the sound farther. You understand? Just like for Afrobeats right now, many of us don't really work together. People don't drop joint projects like that. But this project actually is taking us to another level, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it's the first time in Afrobeats I feel like this has ever happened where you got, two rival artists to come together on a project.
It's never been done.
But now you're in the studio, so talk to me about the creative process. Like, did you guys work separately, together? How was the writing and preparing the record?
It was seamless, if anything, I could say. We wanted a collaborative effort, something that felt genuine and at the same time fit for each other's persona. The producers, shout out to Blaze and Cook, we've worked with the producers individually before. So it's like Cook was more of Ruger's producer and Blaze used to really work with me a lot, So it's like, okay, we're gonna share ideas of what we've already done with these producers and let's see what we kind of connect with, which songs we connect with. We're bouncing off each other's energies, you feel me? Switching lyrics to fit, his persona, writing lyrics that are not usually my type of, thing, and then to suit what he's saying, So it was a very seamless and collaborative effort, So yeah.
It took just 3 days.
Yeah, man.
3 days?
Yeah, man.
You recorded the whole album in 3 days?
3 days. We are too bad.
that is wild. That's bad, my friend. And I mean, I love the title of the project, RnB. So tell me what was like the overall theme. When you look at the project as a whole, what do you feel like is the heart of RnB?
The soul of R&B. I feel like it's two different flavors well blended together to make something great.
The real core of the project, the name, the thought process of how all the songs are coming about is, so R&B, which is Ruger and Bnxn, could also be rhythm and blues, could also be R&B the way you call it as the genre, but it's more about the blend, the mix of both worlds. It's like, if you listen to his music, he has a style of delivery, a style of lyricism, So it's like, if you listen to me too, I have my own style of delivery, my own style of lyricism, my own pattern, I do my thing. So this was more of a mix, something like a very nice cocktail, that just embodies our strengths. If you think you heard Ruger that was this amazing, you don't know what you're about to listen to, type of vibe. Yeah, there's so much I'm excited about.
So you talk about a good cocktail. What's your favorite ingredient? What's your favorite track on the project?
The first one. The first one, man, it's just because he keeps me in a good mood. The title's Oh Baby. It just makes me feel good, it makes me feel like dancing.
What about yourself?
The last one.
Ah, see, the first track and the last track.
The last one.
What is it you love about the song?
Just the honesty in making the song, and also the lyrics, the honesty in the lyrics. It's just that we're just pouring our heart, the same thing, not done.
Real time.
Real time. Shout out to all the beautiful ladies in the house.
Yes.
And then you guys, did this project in 3 days. That's obviously a lot of pressure, a lot of work. Did you guys ever butt head? Did the rival leave Twitter and make it to the studio? Did you guys ever disagree on a track?
Nah.
There was never that.
Like I said, it was seamless.
Seamless. Like it was a very sweet session. The days that we had to link, because it was like, the only reason why we couldn't do it in like a day or two is because like we had to go home type of vibe. you know. So it's like it was a very seamless process. Everybody understood what they were there for, and we brought our A game type of
Deliver
level.
100%.
Yeah.
And you were talking earlier about fans and kind of how they are so involved in you guys' career. What do you think will surprise your fan bases about this project?
Everything.
The fact that I'm jumping on his wave and he's jumping on my wave is going to surprise them, because they always think that, oh, there's this thing they say that Ruger can't jump on Buju's wave, or Buju can't jump on, Buju can't do what Ruger does. Buju can do what Ruger does, and Ruger can do what Buju does. What are you saying?
I remember I was in the club and I went to see Burna Boy and we're just partying, and then I kind of stopped him because he's my OG. So I'm like, yo, Burna, I'm doing this thing with Ruger. And the look on his face was like, so it's like I was like, do you want me to do it? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And he says, I don't want you to miss out on an opportunity or something that could actually mean something for your career just because I wouldn't do it. Because it's something I wouldn't do. I wouldn't not necessarily say you shouldn't do it. Because I mean, I want the best for you. So if this is something that could change the landscape of how everything is, yeah. So I was like, yeah.
And I think I understand why Burna would say that, because we're young, they have gone too far.
Trust.
You understand? They might be like, this thing that we didn't do when we were young, these young people want to do it and they're going to support it. I hope, like, definitely.
Let's believe it.
I mean, if you had Burna shook, you're definitely gonna have the fans shook.
Oh yeah, the look on his face showed me everything that everybody else isn't going to think this is possible.
No.
So when they see it, it's like, rah.
Yeah, we got to talk a little bit more about him later. But now I want to know that you've got the project done, you've released it out to the world. Are we going to see you guys perform together? Like, are we going to tour? When can we see the album live?
I'd really look forward to a tour. It's something people have not seen in a long time. Nigerian is this and African is this.
Artists from America, they tour together. Lil Dog, Drake,
Yeah.
everybody, like, they do that together. Afrobeat artists, we have like big egos and all of that, and we're giants on our own. We feel like we can do it on our own and all of that. No one is actually doing that, but this will be a different phase, a different story. And you know, everyone likes a good story. You understand? This story is going to last for a lifetime.
And then talk a little bit about both of your like kind of individual careers, and because you've both had amazing careers before you even got together. When did you know like this is what I want to do?
I had my own epiphany while I was doing like IT. This was like 300 level in like university, third year. It was just the whole concept of listening to people on SoundCloud, like artists on SoundCloud who were my age, and it's like, these guys are doing this thing and it's amazing, and they have their little fan base. I like it, the freedom that they have to even make music, because I love music a lot. And I'm sitting there in the office, you know, my boss could just call me like, yo, I need these papers. And I'm like, rah.
You bother me about some papers? Do you know what I could be doing?
And I'm like, okay, I need to find a way to own my space, be the center of my life, you know? So that's the more reason why I was like, I need to take this music thing seriously, because I've been singing for a while in the choir, in the school, valedictory services, all these things. Wow. So it's like, that period is like, I'm gonna focus on my writing and start recording. I did focus on my writing, like better my writing, better my skills, and started recording, put out my first record in like 2018. Dug it out, 2019, find my way in, you know, it's just something.
And like Ruger, you started off like posting freestyles on Instagram.
Girl, she a profound. Mom, see, look what I found, yeah. Try copy my song. I'm bad at pieces, you know what it is.
What advice would you give to like a young person now that's out trying to come up just like you did?
Take a risk. I don't know, me, I took a risk. I took a very big risk because my family, my dad is a civil servant, you understand? So he was so big on education and all of that. You know, he got into the university, I didn't get into the university. I came after high school, I tried to get into the university like 4 times. Look, guess it. The fourth time, yeah. After I tried, I didn't see my name. I just came home and I told my dad, and I said, I'm not doing this thing again. I'm not doing this thing again. Then I've always loved music because when I knew I wanted to do music was back in high school. I used to be very serious from the first year to I think the fourth year. Then the fifth year like this, I stopped being serious. I started sitting at the back of the class. I'm short, but I was sitting at the back of the class. Then me and this guy, my C partner, would just be, he plays, he beats the table, and I'll just be singing this. So there's this song that we made together, and it was like viral in the school. It was like, we have not put it out, but we just sang it in the class, and it spread around. I could just be walking by and I see someone washing their clothes and singing that song. So I knew that I can actually write and I can make music.
She know me got a girlfriend, and so what? What if I?
You guys have taken this emotion, this genre, it's worldwide now. It's bigger than ever. It's obviously even bigger here in the US than it's been the new Grammy category and everything that's happened with Afrobeats. So what do you feel it is about the movement, the sound, that has now become such a big deal in the United States?
It's a happy sound. Afrobeat is happy. Afrobeat is dancing. Afrobeat is lyrics. Afrobeat is just joyous.
No necessary, but I go fight if it's necessary.
Happiness always wins at the end of the day because everyone wants to be happy. Why do you feel like when you go to all these festivals, it's Afrobeats that is really buzzing? Because you see them even the people that don't really know the song, see them raising their hands like this and just like vibing because it just screams happiness. You understand? Afrobeats is just like that. And it will continue to be like that for a very long time, and that's what is gonna sell Afrobeats to every part of the world. And it has already done it already. You can see what is happening, the Grammys and everything. We're up there, definitely.
I feel it's still a growing genre. It's everywhere, but we're still aiming for that domination fully. I wasn't really banking on the Afrobeats category at the Grammys though. I still feel like they still don't get it to that level yet, you know, and it's still gonna get there. I appreciate the level Afrobeats is. It has giving us a whole lot of exposure. What I want is for the labels or the people that are trying to come over there to invest or get artists over are coming right and coming correctly and not coming on some, these are people we could exploit, you know.
To respect us.
You know, so that's why I'm saying like Afrobeats is still very much growing. It's only till now that we started seeing contracts with $1 million on there, you feel me? But if you come to America, you're hearing that's the first thing they're giving to someone with like 20 million streams on Spotify, you know? It doesn't necessarily balance.
And now that you feel like this whole conversation is happening, do you feel like more pressure from the big global conversation of Afrobeats, or are you just happy to be a part of the movement?
I mean, I'm enjoying my time. I get to be in places where I'm spreading the music. I say music has put me in different places whereby I didn't necessarily think I was ever going to be at. I'll say that's the power of music, not what Afrobeats is doing. It's what music is really. Anywhere that people are connecting, they connect. I'm happy to be here at the same time, you know, because where else would I be, you know?
I just took a shot of whiskey, not be big deal.
Speaking of the movement, you know, Burna Boy, obviously a big part of it. You guys have both had relationships with him, whether opening for him or even having him mentor. So how has it been to have his kind of like blessing in the Afrobeats movement and work with him as well?
The first time I met Burna Boy, I don't know, I was first scared. I didn't know what to actually expect because I didn't meet him even until 2021 when I opened for him. I haven't even met him at that time.
Wow.
And I didn't meet him until after I finished performing. And when I met him, I just saw was just somebody that has worked so hard to just put Afrobeats on the map.
Cause I be city boy, and as a day for the street, they give me joy.
I don't care if they give him his flowers or not, but we from Nigeria, we the youngins in this game, we know what he has done. Performance-wise, again, you see his performances, and you say, okay, I want to infuse this also. Before Burna Boy started doing this live band thing for real, yeah, taking his band to different places in the world, most Afrobeat artists would just go on stage and just bounce with the DJ and all of that. But he started with a band and went on stages, taking like a 30-man band on the stage, just making Afrobeats very enjoyable, because whether you like it or not, live music is sweeter.
Oh, always.
So when we saw that, everyone said, we have to change. Whatever it is, this man is setting a standard. Davido is a leader. Many people are following in his footsteps too. Wizkid is a leader. Many people are following his footsteps. So you just choose who you are going to follow.
Who Burna is to me is it's unspeakable. In the American terms, they say he's him, but he really is him. When Burna finally got in or kicked in the doors of demand, there was a need to replicate that true African feel, whereby you have the band to represent the real sound, give you a real feel of what it is to really enjoy music, you know. That's why you have the shekere, you have the gongon, you have the
Conga,
the sax, you have the conga, you have everybody playing to give you the real African elements and the true sounds. Not only Burna himself, Fali Pupa, different people infuse different instruments to give you like a different feel in their shows. But what makes him stand out is he did this so impeccably. You can't call fault. You can't call. You see a professional at it. You see like when you see him, you see like a doctor, like an engineer type of level. A real pro. Every time I see him, I just see glory in some sense.
Well, I mean, you guys see all your own glory now as well. I mean,
Yeah,
from
man.
your solo projects to this new project together, you guys are killing it. So thanks so much for hanging out at Billboard.
Thank you
We
so
appreciate
much.
you. Of course, man.
You're welcome, Tetris.